We good? Everybody good? All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to April 23rd, Board of Selectmen agenda meeting. Let's rise and pledge the religion.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's go and approve the minutes from April 9th meeting.
So.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Community relations announcements and an open forum.
All right, good evening. Announcements for the Board of Selectmen meeting, April 23rd, 2024. Real estate and personal property tax bills for fourth quarter are due May 1st, 2024. Yard waste drop-off, brushes, branches, grass clipping, and leaves. April 20th and 27th, May 4th and 11th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 100 Flint Road. Fire substation informational meeting is April 24th, 2024 at 6 p.m. at the Charlton Middle School. In celebration of National Poetry Month, Charlton Public Library presents an evening with Robert Frost on Thursday, April 25th at 6 p.m. in Dexter Hall. Talented historical actor and library favorite Stephen Collins will present his unique, riveting performance on the life of a poet, Robert Frost. Included will be discussion of many Frost's most notable poems. The performance closes with a hauntingly memory, the death of the hired man. Registration is requested. Additional parking is available across Main Street at Town Hall. The event is co-hosted by the Charlton Public Library and Charlton Senior Center and supported in part by grants from Charlton Cultural Council, a local agency which is supported by the Mass Cultural Council Estate Agency. Charlton Earth Day, Saturday, April 27th, 2024. Cleanup is at 8 p.m. Earth Fest, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Town Common. Annual town elections, Saturday, May 4th, 2024, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Heritage School. The annual town meeting is Monday, May 20th, 2024, 7 p.m. at the Charlton Middle School. That's all the announcements.
That's all we got. So on to the open forum. Thomas?
Thank you.
Join us.
My apologies, Ms. Parker, that I did not know that you'd be here this evening to give you a set of handouts.
No problem.
No, you can check them out.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity to comment about paint stewardship legislation that's presently before the House Ways and Means Committee. My name is Tom Irwin, and I live in Dalton at 54 Central Ave, where as a member of the Waste Management and Recycling Committee, we were facing the same daunting waste crisis that Charlton faces, rapidly increasing hauling costs and tipping fees, and we were looking for a solution. After a careful study of ways to address this issue, paint stewardship seemed like the perfect first step, and after confirming it was working well in the eyes of consumers and retailers in Vermont, New York, and Connecticut, I became an advocate for this law in the state. The need for paint stewardship is to begin addressing Massachusetts solid waste problem. This is a problem that results from 6 million tons of waste being generated annually and only having 3.2 million tons of incineration capacity. The remaining 2.8 million tons of waste need to be landfilled and have to be hauled out of state to places as far away as Ohio, which is a high, ever-increasing cost and has an extremely large carbon footprint. Product stewardship is an approach to begin reducing this burden that is endorsed by the Mass DEP 2030 Solid Waste Master Plan that calls out product stewardship in particular and paint stewardship as well as a solution to this problem. Their plan also calls for a 30% reduction in waste by 2030 and a 90% reduction in waste by 2050. I cannot imagine how we're going to accomplish this without product stewardship. Paint stewardship, which is a small piece of the pie, is a program where unwanted paint can be returned to participating retailers any day they're open at no disposable cost, without regard to where the paint was purchased or when the paint was purchased. The cost to consumers will be 75 cents to $1 per gallon paid at time of purchase. 80% of the collected latex can be reprocessed to original specs and sold for at most 50% of the original cost at places like Restore. The oil-based paint, though 20% can be reprocessed, is most often used as an industrial coal fuel in cement plants in the southern part of the United States that have adequate scrubbers to make sure there's no significant pollution. The benefits will be first, that it'll be a service that Charlton residents are going to value. This is quickly apparent by noting that 92% of 735 Massachusetts residents here in the Central Valley and western part of the state that attended household hazardous waste day events signed petitions asking their legislators to become co-sponsors of this legislation. That suggests that 92% of the residents of Charlton that have paint in their garages and basements, and I'll bet there are many, would support this law. Second, it will represent no cost to municipalities and will decrease household hazardous waste day costs, freeing monies for other solid waste issues. And third, it's going to be a model for future product stewardship legislation that's going to address large issues such as mattresses, solar panels, and packaging. Although 28 reps and 12 senators sponsor or co-sponsor this bill, significant support through municipal resolutions is critical to compel the Ways and Means Committee to seriously consider paint stewardship, view it favorably, and send it to the floor for a vote. Hence, I respectfully request the Charlton Board of Selectmen put paint stewardship on an upcoming agenda to make possible adding their valued endorsement of paint stewardship through passing a supportive resolution. A draft of such resolution is on page 2 of your packet. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah, we could put that on like an upcoming meeting, but probably want to run it by the Board of Health too to get to get their thoughts. But yeah,
I'm going to be sending everything that I just shared with you electronically to that wonderful woman, Mary, and I am trying to get brownie points.
Mary is wonderful.
And, I'm
But
sure
she's not here, that won't go to her head.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom, for coming. I
No,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Yeah, and you
I
advocate for this. That's good.
find that amazing that I thought everything was incinerated, that,
I have paint my basement. I would love to be able to get rid of it a lot easier.
no, I thought it all went to Wheelabrator or somebody, or it doesn't. But that much of it goes to other Ohio and other places, it gets transferred that far to a landfill?
Yes, sir. South Carolina, Ohio, Western New York, those are all the definite spots that it goes to. And the latex recycling facility is actually just east of here in just right by Weymouth. And they would be able to manage a substantial amount, not all, of the latex that we would generate, which would be approximately 700,000 gallons a year is the amount of recycled latex.
So gloves and things and.
No, this is latex paint.
Yeah,
This is just latex paint.
I'm so passionate about it. How did you get involved in that?
I am part of the Dalton Waste Management and Recycling Committee. And I was the guy that was the engineer for 30 years. And they said, well, look, if you can go and put the space shuttle into the space, you probably can figure out how to help us with our garbage. So I'm the one that figured out paint stewardship. And I said, I'm stuck. Like the only way I can get it for Dalton is get it for the entire state, and I'm retired, so I'm giving it a go.
Yeah, well done.
We have a Keep Charlton Beautiful committee too. I'm sure they would like to hear from you.
You have my card.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If they give me a call and say, can you give me a presentation, I'll be happy to go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
Wonderful. All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else for an open forum here or on the TV? No, I can't see that far. Okay, moving on. Appointments and resignations.
All right, we have one resignation for this evening. It's for the position of traffic constable. Attaches a letter from Matthew Oberzet resigning from the position as traffic constable for the Charlton Police Department due to not having much flexibility in his schedule to meet the need. I recommend the board accept his resignation.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Scheduled appointments.
We're a little bit ahead of schedule.
So maybe.
I'll put the activities council, please.
Yeah, you wanna go to new business?
That should be pretty easy.
All right, so the Activities Council has an application for a special event permit and traffic and crowd management permit for the Blueberry Festival. Attach our applications for a special event traffic and crowd management permits for the Activities Council to be used for the Blueberry Festival on July 28th, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 4 Dresser Hill Road. The application has been approved by the Fire Department, Building Department, and Police Department. I recommend the board approve the request.
Everybody loves the Blueberry Festival, so motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
I'm glad that we found the volunteers for that, because that was problematic. Oh, maybe you can guys ask the HNS people, yeah? Okay. Yeah, that would be great for that, because I know they need help all the time. Thank you. All right, next one.
But,
Funky stuff. Oh, you wanna go over that?
Sure.
That time? Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
that's fine. So at the request of Selectman Singer, we included a discussion regarding the future staffing plan for the office of the Board of Selectmen and Town Administrator with respect to the planned departure of Ms. Hemilowski from the office this September. Attached, I've included a list of duties and responsibilities of each position as the office is currently structured. While there is some overlap and cross-training of individual job duties and responsibilities, each has a very important role in maintaining the continuity of operations for the office. I do believe that the current staffing level is necessary to maintain the level of service we're able to provide. However, there is a potential to restructure the office in a way that better provides operational efficiency and a clear chain of command. I have attached a copy of the proposed duties and responsibilities provided under a revised office structure, and looking for direction from the board as to how to proceed.
Anyone? David?
I've read what Andrew wrote. I also had a conversation with Andrew. I'll make the motion to approve Andrew's changes. I believe they are needed. I believe it's well thought out and put together by Andrew. And I think it's something that's overdue that we had actually looked into a long time ago. But, you know, you don't want to sometimes disrupt things, but through attrition, you have an opportunity to make a change now that we've looked at a long time ago. So I would move to approve the change as Andrew's put it together.
Do you need a motion for this?
Yeah, I'll second the discussion.
Okay.
And the other question, I had a couple questions, is, sorry, Bob, through you. The executive assistant to, I'm sorry, I think the best way to say this is under the existing administrative duties under both DeCara and Mary, for example. Are they all now still covered under the proposed office structure? Because I thought I saw some things that weren't in here, and I didn't know where those would fall.
All of the duties should be covered. If there is anything, let me know. I might have double pointed everything, but I tried to basically move more of the higher level administrative duties to essentially would be the assistant position, and then more of the clerical duties to the administrative position.
Right. All right. As long as everything's still getting done, that, you know, that was one of the concerns.
Yeah, the one add was that because we were looking at creating that, the director of facilities and cemeteries position was that administrative position would also assist with that department as well.
What's the delta for, from an R7 to an R9 and R6 respectively for salary range?
So with hiring a new person, it would be a net zero.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So the executive, that position will be the R9, and then we're looking for the R6.
Right, and R6, and it would be at a lower level because you're hiring a new body without the years of experience.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm good. And I'm assuming,
No, that sounds
Even though-
good to me.
even with Mary sitting here, I'm assuming that we're targeting Mary for the,
Targeting.
for the assistant here.
Yes.
So does that mean I can't call her and ask her?
Yeah, I do have to know because you're creating a new position, we have to go through the process.
Well, see, maybe we
It
should,
is-
maybe we should put it up for the
That
discussion.
is the,
Bill needs a personal line. Let's go through that. Yeah. No, I think it's cool. I think Mary's gonna do an awesome job, and the fact that it's a net to the town, it's just reshuffling the chairs a bit with like responsibilities, and if you think this works in the office, that's good for me.
Yeah, and after so
I
many
agree.
years in the office, you know what you need, and what was best for you too, and that's important.
that's kind of what the
In
direction.
the office.
That's kind of the direction that we've had with treasurer collector's office. It was previously treasurer collector with an assistant treasurer and an assistant collector. We restructured that similarly where it was an assist, where it was a true assistant and a department assistant. So it's trying to replicate that structure.
There is a line for you, process bill.
Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna miss this in here.
All right,
So we need to
that's
vote.
that. Do we
Sorry.
have-
For a motion.
We need to
Oh,
vote.
motion, I'm sorry.
I have a motion and a
Motion
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on.
Right on time. I'll go see. I'll see if finance please.
Yeah.
Mary, I still expect, white glove service when I call. I'm just gonna say it.
Absolutely.
I just want to show up.
There, process bill.
Again, I mean, and let's be honest, I'm alive.
All right,
Yes, you are.
I know.
Oh, good, Ashley's in.
Can't disrupt the party. Yeah,
And it's-
oh. So it's fine.
And we go to the month. How's it going, everybody?
Good, how are you doing?
All right, we are ready whenever you are.
All right, so Finance Committee has been invited to your meeting to jointly vote on recommendations for the budget town meeting warrant articles. School Committee is scheduled to meet tomorrow night to consider a revised assessment following the release of the House Ways and Means Committee and their discussions with the town of Dudley. Once those changes are voted on, we'll reflect that in the final warrant, what's to be acted on in town meeting. So this evening, the board should take action to approve the town meeting warrant and act to support or not support each article.
Ashley, does FinCom have to open officially?
We opened already.
Oh, did you really?
Yes.
Oh, nice, you got this. You're
They're working out in the hallway.
not messing around. All right, Madam Chair, how does everyone do? Because I know historically, we've,
We did,
like, sometimes gone line, article by article, and other times, there's been enough that we've said, let's just group them
from here
together.
to here.
Particularly the housekeeping.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Are we taking a stance on question one, like officially?
Requires no article, it requires no
Right.
action.
Yeah. All right. So
That's
2,
not-
3, 4.
No, until 5, right? So 1, 2, 4,
Yeah, well,
2 to 4.
2 to 4. Okay,
so I'd say that I'd make a motion from our side that we support Articles 2 through 4.
Second.
all in favor? Any discussion?
All right.
All right, so that's that.
Yeah, and I'll make a motion that the FinCom committee supports Article 2, 3, and 4.
Second?
So we just need Jamie to vote. All in favor?
Here. Yes, aye.
Hey, Derek.
Okay.
Hi.
And I'll press favor. Yep.
Yes.
Next one's a big one. This is Article 5, with the fire department substation. Like, again, 100% in favor. So at least for discussion, I'll make a motion that the Board of Selectmen support the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Okay.
Aye. So unanimous that we support this.
And I'll make a motion that the Finance Committee supports Article 5.
I'll second
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Jamie. Aye.
Yeah, 6 is our standard
Yeah.
transfers.
7.
7 are the capital items related contracts. So I can make sure you find everyone. All right, I'll make a motion to support both Articles 6 and 7.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion that the Finance Committee supports Article 6 and 7.
Second?
If I may, just for a point of discussion, Ashley let us know there was a new line item in there that might pose questions. So for the audience, if you just want to speak to the opioid subject.
Yeah, so that opioid settlement funds, the 13,504, that was state money that we got last year that every municipality is getting. And the state hadn't told us what we could, where we could put the money to spend from it last year, and they made a decision this year. But our amounts that we got last year close to free cash, so we just need to move them to put them into an account so we can spend based on what the state tells us we can spend it on.
I think that's better. It's
Yes.
transparency and everything. just
Yeah.
goes right.
Yeah, that's the only way for us to move it anyway, because it's sitting in
So
free
that's
cash.
going from the free cash to that special.
Yeah, so that account we just set up because we just got guidance on that's where we could put it. So, thanks for that. You're welcome.
Any further discussion? When I turn around, Jamie, I'm looking at you.
No, I'll speak out. Don't you worry.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
So we're on page.
I know, so 8, I know we've talked about a lot between our two respective committees, boards, et cetera. I think especially the finance committee and Ashley and Andrew did an awesome job this year. So I can't foresee any issues with this. I mean, outside, I know we didn't work through the school, the final numbers for the school committee, but motion to support the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I agree with everything Bill said, and I'll make a motion that the finance committee supports Article 8.
Yeah, agree that, Andrew, team and the departments did a fantastic job. So any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
9 and 10 are the standard water and sewer broken out respectively. I didn't have any questions on it. So motion to support.
Second.
9 and 10. All in favor?
Aye.
9 and 10.
And I'll make a motion that the finance committee supports Article 9 and 10 as well.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
11 is stabilization fund transfers, we don't have any, so motion to support the article being postponed indefinitely.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
And I'll make a motion that the finance committee supports Article 11.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thanks, Jim.
Cemetery perpetual care, 22-3 this year, so that's fine. Motion to support.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
I'll make a motion that the finance committee supports Article 12.
I'll second
Any discussion on the finance committee? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Revolving funds. Ashley, anything change on this one this year?
Nope, not
Same as last?
same exact thing as last year, yep.
Cool. Motion to support.
Second.
All in favor in discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And I'll make a motion that FinCom supports Article 13.
Finance committee, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Article 14 makes me happy. So for those at home, we're bumping up the real estate exemption for certain taxpayers. So motion to support.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And just for clarification, those at home, that includes veterans, surviving spouses, seniors, as well as certain blind persons.
And I'll make a motion that the finance committee supports Article 14.
I'll second it.
Finance committee, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 So 15, Ashley, correct me, and Andrew, this is the one that actually just bumps up the thresholds.
Correct,
Yep.
yes, it just bumps it up to 20,000 single, 30,000 if buried, 40,000 for whole estate limit single, and then 55,000 if married for the whole estate limit for the exemption qualification.
Yep. Again, it's about time. I'm glad MGL makes these adjustments. That being said, motion to support.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And I'll make a motion that FinCom supports Article 15.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This next one's water sewer. This is the purchase of those 2 parcels over on the road. The only thing I question here. It says authorize said commission having care, custody, and control of said parcels, take such other actions as deemed necessary advisable to effectuate the purpose. Basically, that's just saying that once they buy it, they can do what they want with it.
Correct.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure there was no idea around eminent domain or
No.
like there was no way. All right. And this is coming from their enterprise funds there, right?
Yeah, the water
The
stabilization.
water stabilization, so yeah. All right, motion support.
Second.
Are you in favor?
Aye. And just again, to point this out for everyone at home, this is huge. People may not realize how huge this is. Charlton, as a town, we've been pushing for water independence for a long time. And people have heard me say, we finally can see the light at the end of the tunnel. This is one of those steps that's bringing us closer to achieving this goal, finally.
So,
No, I'm sorry.
but if, so before they appropriate that money and buy it, they think there's a reasonable supply there? They've already done their due diligence on that, because they've been looking all over town.
My understanding is that they have had an option on that property for a year, have done test wells, have realized enough water supply that it would meet what they're looking for from the well, so they're looking to proceed with the purchase.
It's a great location.
No. Are we good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I'll make a motion that the finance committee also supports Article 16.
I'll second it.
Any discussion from finance? All in favor?
Aye.
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 1718 rezoning, historically, unless it's had a direct impact on economic development, we stay quiet, so I'm fine just staying out of it. Anybody have a feeling on it?
Which one, 17?
Zoning.
Yeah, those should be planning.
Yep. So, yeah, all right, we're good. So for those at home, both FinCom and Board of Selectmen support everything on this. Knowing we helped put it together, I can kind of see.
I know.
So yeah, we'll see you guys May 20th.
Thank you. So just looking at our agenda, any updates before we adjourn? Okay, no, we have the fire, what day is your presentation for fire?
Tomorrow.
And
The first one.
make a motion to adjourn. Finance committee, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
See you guys, thanks for coming.
Thanks,
Great job
Thank
this year,
you.
seriously.
Thank you.
Ashley, don't go too far. I
I won't go too far.
All business.
All right, so name change to the Board of Selectmen. So on March 28th, Governor Healy had executed the act authorizing the changing of the name of the Board of Selectmen to Select Board as approved by town meeting in October. As recommended by Attorney Cosgrove, the only change is how how in Charlton the board and its members will be referenced to, and future actions will be moved into a motion to amend the Charlton bylaws to make them generally in accordance with the new name by which the board will be referenced. It's been previously directed to consider the change at special town meeting in the fall, noting the act had not yet passed the legislature by the close of the warrant. Given the act has now received approval from the state, just seeking for the direction how the board would like to proceed, confirming that you'd like to proceed with the special town meeting in the fall.
No, so just so we're clear, so that will now go to the town meeting for the fall as an article.
Yes.
Basically saying that we want to change X to Y.
Jim already wrote that, right? That's what
Yes.
that's what you're doing, yeah.
So we're just looking to say, yeah, we're shooting for
Yeah,
the
sounds
fall.
good. I just want to give you guys more or less the update.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do we want to have any other discussion? Not tonight, but about.
I do,
Yeah.
yes.
Pete, that was kind of directed to you guys.
Yes. I've been quite clear on that, so yes.
Is there anything I see TA review, but there's nothing in here.
Nope. So the next agenda item would be town administrator review. So as per the Board of Selectmen policies, the board is set to perform an evaluation of the town administrator's performance for the period between July 1st and June 30th. The board has traditionally performed the evaluation at the last meeting prior to the election to cover the period from May 1st to April 30th. We're a little late in getting the rubric out, but that has been forwarded to you guys through Human Resources. They've asked that you guys try to return it before May 1st, so that way we can go over the reviews at the next meeting. There was an update in our action meeting.
So the policy review.
All right, so Over the past few months, our finance team has been working to develop a formal financial policies and procedures manual as recommended through our most recent audit. The financial policies procedures manual consolidates many of the policies previously adopted by the board and addresses areas in which internal controls were needed. I recommend the board approve the financial policies and procedures manual as presented, given that there may be a few questions first.
Josh, through you? Page 6. Andrew, I don't know if you're Ashley. Oh, hey, Ashley. These are all painless, just as.
That's
these are
fine.
more than I think.
I like
So,
feedback.
General policy 2, general internal controls policy. Question, we talk around the procedures, say, shall on an ongoing basis conduct risk assessments, yeah, et cetera, et cetera. What's your definition of like ongoing basis? Meaning, like, how often are you gonna do this? How is it gonna be reported out? I mean, do you have some type of,
Ideally, I'd like to do them at least like quarterly, just to go around, check, make sure everyone's not breaking any audit. Father likes us to do it. At the very least, I'd like to at least do it annually, but ideally it'd be quarterly.
all right, can we just get updates on when you're actually doing them? That would be about it, only
Yeah.
because, you know, working at a bank, like, risk is such a huge thing for us.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, so it's one of those.
Yeah, so
it's
we
just
kind of
top
do them
mind.
daily anyway, just, like, I'm not allowed to go over to the treasurer's office to take cash in, only because I also then do AP, so they take all the cash in, no one else is allowed in that office but them. Like, we kind of do them as it is anyway, but it's nice to go around and just make sure everyone else is also following the same procedures as everyone in finance as well.
That makes me happy, thank you. Next up is not actually a question, but rather a well done. Financial 2, the debt management. I just wanted to congratulate you and the team on putting that together. For those who have insomnia, this is out in our packet that you can read, but I thought you did a really nice job on this, talking around how, when we want to finance, how we want to finance. It really spells it out nicely, so I just wanted to give you a shout out on that. Question now, unless people have other ones for now. Page 48. I just had a question. This is under Fin 030, financial reserves.
Okay.
There's a line in here around free cash. And I'm gonna find it. Oh, here we go. It's under A, free cash.
Yeah.
The town was set a year goal maintaining free cash in the range of 3 to 5% of the annual budget. Haven't we been above? Like, have we been pushing that a little bit lately?
I think because FinCom's goals are are usually 10% of the annual budget.
That was reserved.
That's reserved.
That's reserved,
Reserves,
right.
Yeah.
We've been working to try to get up to that, because historically, we've spent free cash down to zero.
Yeah, absolutely.
With no revolve.
Yeah.
So we're trying to set a range of saying our target is X
Yeah.
to maintain without appropriating.
So on a roughly $35 to $40 million budget, we're talking anywhere from 1.5 to 2.
Right.
So.
Well, I think it's saying that the amount that we get appropriated for free cash every year to
Yeah.
at least maintain. So if we just say on average, we've gotten $1.5 million back.
Yep.
So just to maintain 3 to 5% of that in reserves. And when we go out to bond, they actually did ask us that last time when we went out for the public safety money that we had spent. They had asked us like, oh, your policy says X, but you're not doing that. Cause I think we had.
I thought it was 3 to
something along
5%
these
of
lines
the
somewhere
overall
else.
annual budget.
Well, there's both, so it's, though, that's putting money into reserve, but this is,
Well, the town will set a
This-
year goal of maintaining its free cash in the range of 3 to 5%.
oh, okay, sorry, it
of the
does say
budget.
annual budget, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, don't worry. I just want you to know that I actually read this.
Right,
More than-
I took a lot of time writing a lot of this, so now I don't even remember what I wrote.
So
Yeah,
3 to
right.
5%, I think that's reasonable. My concern is, I know we budget very conservatively. I don't want to see it get too high, meaning like if it starts to get above 5%, I'm
Right,
gonna start questioning and saying,
Right.
all right, are we not forecasting as aggressively as we perhaps should? But I think 3 to 5 is fine, but I just want to throw that out there.
How typical is that 3 to 5 number to neighboring towns?
well, like,
Well, we're much better than most.
That's a
To be
hard
honest.
question.
I don't think I've ever read anyone else's financial policies on what they do. But I know historically, like Andrew said, we had spent our free cash right down to like literally the penny that we
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to hold a reserve, because they did ask us that last time when we went to bond.
Same policy, under stabilization funds, under general stabilization. town will endeavor to maintain a minimum balance of 5%. I'd like to see, I thought we were going for 10.
Yeah, I think that was a miss when we were reviewing it.
Oh, so-
We had changed it elsewhere in the policy
Cool.
to 10, we just
Yeah.
missed this.
Alright,
this one.
so, all right, so
So that's under
10.
Fin
Yeah.
3.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Aren't we,
Fin 3,
03B.
page
Okay, so
49.
10%, okay.
yeah.
I can fix that.
Oh, that sounds good. Let's do fiscal year. Actually, honestly, that's all I had. I thought you guys did a fantastic job on this.
Thank you. It was a good team effort.
Yeah, that was really good.
in stabilization just for the people at home, so now we are at
Approximately 10%.
10%.
Yeah.
10%.
Yeah.
Which gets us to the AAA bond rating or
Well,
very,
We're not guaranteed, but that
So
working
helps.
towards our goal will help us when we go out, because when they come to us, they ask us a bunch of questions. They'll look at this financial policy packet and say, okay, are you meeting XYZ goals that you set for yourself? If you are, that's great. So it's a good benefit towards us. So they definitely do look at that. It's not guaranteed, but that's what we're crossing our fingers hoping for. It also depends on who's also going to bond at the market at the same time as you. If you have a big community that's also going to bond at the same time as you, they're comparing you to that community as well. So I know when we talked to our financial advisor last time, he said that there are a lot of big communities left to go out to buy, and that were already higher than us. We were probably pretty good at the time, so.
Cool. In a strong favorable position
Yeah.
to achieve a AAA bond rate.
Right, because they also look at economic development as well, which we've really had a lot of in the past couple of years, so.
No, that's all I had. Like I said, I thought this was really good. And I don't know if we need a formal motion, at least for discussion. I have a motion to accept or approve, whatever you want to call it.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Good job, guys.
Awesome, thank you guys.
Students and person reports. One, you want to go first? Sure. So starting with the arts today, the Shepherd Hill Drama Department will be putting on the high school edition of Clue on Friday, April 16th and Saturday, April 27th. So that's this week. You can purchase tickets at onthestage.tickets.com and come find out who did it. Of course, that's again featuring Harry Kenneth. Additionally, the music department is putting on a musical, Mamma Mia, featuring many hits from the group ABBA. I hope I said that right. If you are interested in watching the show, tickets are available at shepherdhillchoirs.ticketleap.com. Show dates are May 10th and May 11th. Now going into the school-wide information, AP exams are coming up quickly and students are beginning to receive information about schedules and room assignments for their exams. Further information about dates, times, and room assignments will be emailed to students through, I don't know why I said mine, Mr. Gendron. Keep an eye out on your emails. Please help the DCRSD community send AJ Congdon, a local student currently battling cancer, off to Seattle at the AJ Strong fundraiser. I know we talked about that earlier. This event will include a free throw competition, kid races, face painting, and a 1 hour long workout class. Fundraiser will take place this Saturday, April 27th from 12 to 2 p.m. at Shepherd Hill, and all proceeds will go to the Congdon family. Finally, I think this is the most exciting part. Seniors are beginning to commit to their future universities. Seniors majors and schools, if you're interested, are available on the SH Class of 24 Instagram page. Good luck on your future endeavors, seniors. Did you commit? I did, yeah. What are you doing? UMass Amherst.
Hey, well
Good for
done.
you. What major? Political science.
Well, better.
Good for you. Thank you. See? Hopefully we influence you in some way.
I think we scared her off.
Thank you, Madam. That's awesome. Congratulations. Thank you. All right.
So for Bay Path, students who are taking AP classes will also have the exams in the coming weeks. Another test coming up is the sophomore math MCAS. An additional event to note is that Friday there will be no school for a professional development day. And then the Skills USA States competition will be held this week from Thursday to Saturday. Next, seniors of the Health Tech Shop have earned their certified nursing assistant licenses. Another event to note is the National Honor Society inductions happening next month. Last but not least, Daniel Dage of the Advanced Manufacturing Shop was presented the Outstanding Vocational Technical Student Award.
Great.
Awesome.
Can you do me a favor, both of you, and I did I emailed Jacob, can you look into those scholarships to see how many applications are out there floating?
Yeah.
And can we get an invitation for the graduation for each school?
Yeah.
Okay.
The scholarships through the town,
Right.
how many people have
See if
applied?
there's an interest, yeah, how many, well, we can know from with Mary, or if people know about it, just kind of refresh everybody that they are viable.
Okay.
And with the teachers that are supervising it.
Mhm.
We would like to get, information about the graduation, and if we granted those scholarships, if we can, we'll be there,
Okay.
whoever wants to. Okay. The next, town administrator report.
All right, so the Main Street Sidewalk Project. We have received bids for the Main Street Sidewalk Replacement Project. Bids are currently being evaluated by McClure Engineering before awarding a final contract. Total estimated cost of the project in accordance with the bids is approximately $490,000. This cost is going to be funded through the funds provided by Amazon to the town for sidewalk reconstruction and expansion through the community partnership agreement. Mater Field, we're working quickly to address the ADA issues identified by the Architectural Access Board prior to the upcoming football season. Bid documents for the project will be available to interested contractors this week for the project, with an estimated timeframe to begin construction in June. We received some inquiry as to whether or not the upgrades include a path leading to the Charlton Elementary School parking lot. Currently, the access path is outside the proposed scope of work, but we'll consider upgrades to this path after the completion of the project. The estimated cost of the ADA upgrade project scope is approximately $350,000. $88,695 remains in the original funding authorization on the project, less the engineering costs, and the remaining amount will be funded through funds provided by Amazon to the town for recreational improvements through the community partnership agreement. The library roof, JD Rivet has been awarded the contract for roof replacement on the library addition. A pre-construction meeting is scheduled for next week, and construction will begin soon after. There may be some parking area disruptions during this time for material staging. Public safety radio project, we've issued a note, the planning board's issued a notice to proceed, and the building permit's been issued for the construction of the new public safety radio tower at Bay Path. Materials for the project are currently on site, and the project will commence in the coming weeks. At the ACO building, students from Bay Path are currently working with the police department and animal control to build out improvements to the animal control building, including exterior pens with improved access controls to the interior pens to improve safety in transferring animals. I just want to take the opportunity to thank Bay Path for their assistance in providing the labor for this project, and our highway department for assistance in site prep. And currently we're recruiting for the positions of COA director, firefighter, EMT, water sewer managing director, and library page. Anyone interested in these positions may do so at townofcharlton.net/jobs.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew.
Other business? No.
Well, as far as to get back to the Amazon and the sidewalks, that money's we already have that money, or we send them a bill at the end of it all?
We have 2/3 of that money. There's one tranche remaining that is to be issued at the substantial completion benchmark.
That's awesome.
Very good. There's been a few questions about that, so good, that's awesome.
All right, now the business next meeting announcements. Should I read it? Fire substation information meeting is April 24th, 6 p.m. at Charlton Middle School. Our regular meeting is May 14th, 2024. Pre-town meeting Monday, May 20th. That's at 6 p.m. Charlton Middle School.
Question that. Yeah, can we make that 6:30? Thank you.
Oh, for the pre. I'm gonna be there at 7 anyway.
Yeah, 6:59.
Annual town meeting is at 7. We are really hopeful to see everybody there.
And we all good? Anyone else in the audience?
Hi, my name is Nicole, 152 Southbridge Road.
Oh, Nicole, you.
Yeah. I've had an opportunity to talk a little bit about the ADA compliance at Maynard Field, and I'm questioning just why sidewalks are not being included from the hill down to the ADA parking lot. And I really just was wondering if I could hear a little bit more from the selectmen talk about, you know, their thoughts on the ongoing project and the use of the Amazon funds for that.
So let me kick off a little bit of that as part of the community partnership agreement, there were specific items that were negotiated. So at this point, to change that would be a difficult task, would probably be a nice way to say it. So as part of the plan, and Andrew, correct me where I go wrong, it wasn't going to extend out the sidewalks. It was rather going to replace what was already there and make them ADA compliant and everything else that goes along with that. Longer answer to your question, I think that the overall updates to the field, inclusive of the ADA work going on down there now, I think that's something that we need to look at on an ongoing basis to try to find a way if we can fund it. Because I think those fields are going to start to get used more and more. So I think it's just a matter of prioritizing, getting the right people together and saying, you know, looking at our overall operating budget every year and saying, okay, how much more, if anything, can we put to rec? And I'd say in general, as our town continues to grow, I think with the influx of what I'm going to assume is going to be a lot of children, that the more we start thinking proactively about this, I think the better off we'll be.
And something that the board should meet with the Recreation Commission on and trying to work together.
We have been meeting with them on a regular basis, myself and Andrew. So we have been working in collaboration with them. And I think this is moving forward very fast. And it's not just the road down. It's the, you know, it's the parking lot, it's the extension of that road down there by the shack. The shack moved, you know, there will be a new shack, you know, build up. So there's a lot more than just than what we have to do.
Right.
Yeah, and we're working with the Rams, you know, directly. We have been meeting with them. So there's certainly, for last couple of months, I want to say 3-4 months, we have been meeting a lot. Yeah. Yeah. It's
More
gonna
to
be
come.
done.
More to come. What else we got? Are we all good? Madam Chair and my respective colleagues, make a motion to go into executive session under MGL Chapter 38, Section 21A to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining litigation, police union approval and release of executive session minutes. If an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body and the chair so declares, to return to open session if needed and to adjourn.
Roll call.
I did. Give me a second.
Second. Roll call.
Singer, yes.
Aye.
Steve, I.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.